What up, Jobins? Episode 131. I can't tell you how much it means to be back with you guys and be doing this. It's been 3 weeks now. I just got back into Arizona. What's today? Tuesday? Sunday night we did. It's very surreal being back here with you, brother. I'm not going to lie.
It's been crazy, man. It's good to have you back. Seriously, I really missed you, and it's good to have you here with us again.
Yeah.
Having our pod back.
Yeah.
And it has been surreal, bro. It's been crazy.
What a fucking time. Here we are. It's crazy, Jobins. Darkest time of my life to the one of the most fun times of my life that I'm supposed to be looking forward to. You know, flip the switch. It's a little tough, but I'm going to do it. Because you know why? My dad would want me to. He'd want me to have the time of my life. He's going to be with me. I got his ring. He's going to be with me forever. And he's going to be there. He's got front row seats now to Sugar Shane's fight. You know what I mean? And he's going to be pulling some strings. Me and Sona were talking earlier. I'm hoping that Dad, you know, just maybe Aljamain does something and my dad just holds it there for a second, you know, to where Shaw can just get through and knock him out cold. You know what I mean?
You know, it's not cheating if it's divine intervention.
You know what I mean? It's not cheating if someone from heaven's pulling strings. Sorry, Aljamain. That's just higher power, and you're double fucked. You're double fucked. You know what I mean?
That is true.
Yeah, but I'm going to go through it. I'm going to tell you everything, Jobins, because you know what? It's what I do. We do podcasting here, and part of our podcast is we tell our story in our lives. So I'm going to tell you, Jobins, hug your dad, hug your mom. We always preach that. We've always preached it from the beginning of love everybody. Always appreciate everyone, but oh boy. I've been through, I'm sure a lot of you Jobins can relate, but I've been through a lot of death in my life, and I've lost a lot of people that I love. And losing a parent is very different. It's a very different feeling. My dad, but at the same time, you know, as sad as I am, I have to remind myself how blessed I was, Jobins. I was so fucking blessed to have the dad I had. There's a lot of people in this world that don't even have a dad.
Shout out to dads.
And yeah, shout out to dads. And not only did I have a dad, the relationship I had with my dad, I could tell my dad, I was fearless to tell my dad anything, Jobins. And that's because whenever I would tell my dad my fuck-ups or anything, he would tell me his. And he would give me the advice of what he learned through his fuck-ups. Mm-hmm. And then he never judged me. Mm-hmm. He never gave up on me. Even when I was being an asshole to him, he didn't quit loving me. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing that was also with me and my dad. Oh, Jobins. Did me and my dad fight? But that's dads. You know what I mean? Dads push buttons. Dads push you to be better. They say the things that are supposed to, you don't want to hear that you need to hear, you know? Mm-hmm. Because they know it. They've been through it all, and that's what fucking dads are for. So I'm so fucking thankful for the dad I had. Mm-hmm. Theodore Robert Schmidt, Jobins. That was my dad's full name. I got the phone call when I was at work on a Wednesday, and that was not a good phone call.
No.
You know what I mean? That's not the phone call we all want ever. Luckily, thank you, Sprouts, and all of my people at work for understanding and being there for me because I left immediately. I got on the soonest flight home from Arizona to St. Louis. I had to stop in Denver, figuring shit out under an airport, Jobins. Woo!
Can be very, very stressful.
But guess what? This is your boy Schmitty, right? Someone's like, hey, oh yeah, where do I go? And they're like, oh, yeah, sir, just go up there, then make a left and make a right. I literally would just get to the point where I go straight, and then I'd bump into someone else. I'd be like, oh, again, and I'd repeat it. And then all the way until I got to where I needed to go. I was a mess. But I got through it. You know what I mean? And I had no plane issues, which we had a shite ton of plane. Everybody here, Brock's got a story. Brennan's got a story. We'll get to that here in a second. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Going smooth so far.
Yeah. I got there. And Jobins, I got there in time to say goodbye to my dad, and I got to be there with him. And I'm not going to get into the graphic stuff, but I was the one that was with him when he passed away. My mom had run a 3-day gauntlet, And you just never know when they're gonna go. Everyone thought they would be able to come back in the morning and be. I wanted them to rest. You know what I mean? And my brother was with me until about 10 o'clock at night. So from 10 to when the doctor had declared him gone at 4:44, it was just me and my dad. And it was one of the hardest things I've ever gone through my entire fucking life. And you know what I mean?
I can't even imagine.
Yeah, went through some shit, but I was with him. I got to tell him he was my hero, my best friend, and the things that he said to me, I knew he knew it was me. I got to play him some of his old favorite music. I was just trying to keep him as comfortable as possible, And yeah, I had fallen asleep, Jobins, and when I had woken up with the nurse is when he was gone. So, and that's my dad. He didn't. I know he wouldn't even want me to have been there and seen him like that. You know what I mean? But I know I keep saying you know what I mean. I'm sorry, Jones.
No, you're good. You're good.
I've probably said it 37 fucking times by now.
Hey, this is
someone's counting.
Emotional story, bro.
I know.
You're fine.
And that's the thing about me, guys. I gotta be able to laugh. Me and my dad, he's on the fucking table here. He's with us.
Shout out Ted.
Yeah, me and him had dark humor. We had dark humor our whole lives. So if I can't laugh, that's when I'll fucking die. So I gotta be able to laugh. So yeah, I'm grateful that I was with them. His baby boy was with them. It's a very special thing for me. In the moment, it's the hardest thing. But in time, as I heal and everything, I'm always gonna forget this guy. You know what I mean? I'm always gonna have the good memories. So I'll be grateful that I was with him. And yeah. So it was hard to say goodbye. It's hard to lose your best friend. And it's weird losing the funny, loud guy. That's the weird
Hey,
part.
you were gone for that 2 weeks, We were like, where's our funny, loud guy?
Thanks, man.
But your dad was super funny, bro. He was. He had the best stories.
Thank you. And that's another thing I'm grateful for, Jobins, is that I had a solid group of big friends at home, and my dad had a relationship almost a different way with all of them. The same way with coming over and hanging out and being his buddies, but he actually did different things with all of them. Because not all my friends were stoners. Shout out Josh. A lot of people are like a lot of people are like, how are you and Ricky best friends? You're the complete opposite. He's a fucking drug head and you don't do anything. But that's just how my friends are. But he got to build special relationships with my friends. Baseball games, talking, smoking, hanging out, walking. And not only me, my sister and all her friends. It was pretty cool. But I got some stories. I'm all caught up. I got some really cool fucking stories, Jobins, because guess what? Your boy Schmidt, I'm a skeptical person, okay? When it comes to the other side and spirits and just things happening. Like, I really need fucking proof. Mm-hmm. I want the proof. You know what I mean? I get the proof, I believe. Seriously. In fact, I got the okay from Sono to do an Ouija board. And he would line up some salt by his door, and he'd be in his room praying. You know what I mean?
Wait, what?
I know. Hold on. We're going to get there. We got lots to talk about here, Jobins. I hope you're in for a treat. I know it's Sugar Shane's title fight. We're going to be getting to that. But we got stories. So you and Sono are the only ones that aren't really down for an Ouija board up in this bitch. Me and Brock are. Me and Brock are like, bring this on. I got the fucking okay today from Sono. He's going to salt that floor, and that's okay. We'll vacuum that shit up. And he'll have his Bible. But I told him, I'm like, what if it's your room? And then we do this shit while you're up there with the Bible, and it just makes it get crazier in your room. And then, like, we walk in your room, you're floating on the wall saying, like, shit. And
stop. I'm getting chills.
in, like, Latin, like, blah, 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 blah. We're like, holy fuck.
You got his approval on this?
Mm-hmm. So I just need yours, bud, because I need I'm going to be respectful, and you don't have to say, you can think about it. You don't say now, you can think about it.
No, you've set me up on the pod like this. It worked perfectly. I'm like, I'm not going to be the one that's out.
I almost brought the Ouija board from back home that we'll get into later. That's the story, some shit.
Oh, man.
But yeah, I don't know. We had some stories with my mom, with my aunt and my cousins and my sister, and they fucked around with an Ouija board and they found out at my house. And then my mom and dad blessed the house. And then I remember I used to game down there all the time, be on MySpace all the time. Nothing ever happened. Did anything ever happen when we were adults? No. So my theory is that if you got some shit going on in your house, because we did have some shit going on in our house. If you got some shit, you get the board, you summon the shit, and then you power of the Christ compels that bitch. And then it's gone. And then guess what? Because we got something in this house. If you don't think there's something in this house, you're crazy.
Yeah, what if it possesses one of us and then one of us dies?
No one's died. Tell me right now who's died from an exorcism.
Look who's died from a seizure or something like that, dude. I'm sure there's so many other ways that people cause a death is shown on that record.
But it was
actually supernatural.
See? But here's the thing.
And now you want to go and bring evil into this house. We can just bless it? You think a bless is a guarantee? You are crazy. You're opening a doorway to something we should not mess with. But hey, you know what? I'm not going to be the odd man out.
Well, now I got to tell the stories of that. So, all right, the couple stories in my house when we were kids, Jobins, is that, so my sister slept in the basement, and she used to love sleeping in the dark and everything. Well, they fucked around with this Ouija board. She had her cat. She was sleeping one night in her room. And all of a sudden, my dad's office was one side, and it was my sister's room on her other. And she got woken up, and she thought her cat was on the fax machine fucking around with my dad's paper, because she heard paper crinkling, you know what I mean? Looks down by her feet, and there's the cat. Oh. Then, yeah, all of a sudden, she says she feels like a presence right next to her. And then all of a sudden, it's like talking, but she can't hear it. It's like whispering. And then she hears like an evil fucking laugh. Now, here's the part where I'm like, okay, whatever. She heard that. You're crazy. I had a flu. I was shitting. I'm probably 10, 11 years old.
Damn, you remember being sick from that long ago that?
Because of this. Because here I am shitting, throwing up my fucking brains out, Jobins. She comes and fucking sleeps in my bed with me for 4 or 5 nights. And the first couple nights was me when I was really bad. So I'm literally having to crawl over her to go shit and throw my brains out. And then come back, crawl back over her to get back to sleep by the wall. And I'm like, and I'm asking, why the fuck are you sleeping with me? You're going to get sick. And she wouldn't tell me. Then the rest of her I eventually did find out. Then the rest of her life that she slept down in the basement of my house, she slept with a pillow over her head. So you tell me, Jobins. And my cousin Brittany said she had some stories with the light being turned on in the washing room. This is my one story that I don't really know to believe. I was a little kid, but I would get waken up in the middle of the night by my mom or dad going to the bathroom, right? This night I was up before, and then all of a sudden, because if you walk in my house, you can hear someone walking in, and it's just very creaky and crocky. Well, no one fucking went in the bathroom. All of a sudden, the bathroom light turns on, and I'm like, that's weird. And I'm listening. I'm waiting to hear someone go to the bathroom, the toilet get flushed, hands get washed, something. I don't hear anything. Nothing. So I get up. I go to look in the bathroom. No one's in there. I go to look in my mom and dad's room. They're both passed the fuck out. I fucking turn that bathroom light on, and I fucking run back into my bed. And I'm freaking out. You know what I mean? That was my one experience. And I'll remember that for the rest of I still remember that today. Just because it was really weird. Because I was awake, and it was just weird. And then the weirdest one that I remember was that my mom and sister were freaking out in my mom's room about the TV. And here I am jumping on the bed, laughing at them because they're freaking out about something. And then all of a sudden, my mom's holding the cable of the TV in her hand, and my mom and sister are looking at each other. And the TV's still going with the number 57 on the top right corner, which my mom says is even a channel they don't get, or it's hard.
What?
You know what I mean? Back on those
channel to
back on those old school TVs. You know what I mean? And I remember I was like, okay. And I even got down and ran to my dad and told my dad everything in the kitchen. And they're in there freaking out because my grandpa died in our basement at the age of 57.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
He was 57 years old?
And died in our basement.
Wow,
and
your grandpa was not old at all.
Not old at all, dude. And excited to meet me. And I never got to meet him.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I thought he'd be older than that.
No, dude. Young. Heart attack.
Damn.
So was my other grandpa. My dad's dad. He was young too. He was like 54, 55. Fuck. Jobins, I might go out young. You never know.
All these stories, did they take place right after the Ouija board incident?
Yeah.
So you're telling me you want to do this, and just what? Now we're gonna get scared as shit.
Well, I'm gonna tell you the one incident that made me believe. I'm like, okay, that's never happened to me ever, and that was crazy. I'm gonna get to that in a second. You know what I mean? But no, I just need proof. Proof makes me feel comfort. Because there's two things, Jobins. I go back and forth. I have the dark thoughts and I have the good thoughts, right? And if you have the dark thoughts, and my darkest thoughts are never seeing or talking to my dad again, that will drive you insane. At least me. And I'll lose my shit. And I'll freak out from time to time. But if you sit there and you think, this is too crazy. So much shit is too crazy for all this to be for nothing. Mm-hmm. It's too crazy. So to pass away and then to get to see my dad and everyone else that I love and miss, how fucking cool and awesome is that going to be? Mm-hmm. It's probably a feeling that none of us can even ever experience until that day comes. So that's the way I'm like, I got to look at it. So, but here's my stories. Here's my dad's stories, because here it goes. My dad passed away, and while he was dying, I'm telling him everybody loves him. I'm naming everybody. We're all gonna be okay, and I'm telling him I need a sign. You know what I mean? I need a sign. You need to tell me. Please show me. Please show me you're okay and that everything. Well, my mom had a real nice story to me, because she told me she did the same thing when my Uncle Ricky had passed away. And she said that she was searching for it and it never came. It was making her depressed and angry. And she had to quit searching for it. And when she quit searching for it is when it finally happened. So she was telling me, don't search for it. Just let it happen. Don't let it upset you that it doesn't. Because right away, my father had passed away. I had to call everyone to come up to the hospital. I called my brother. He goes to the gas station to get me and him a coffee before he gets there. Mm-hmm. And he walks into the gas station, and he's overwhelmed by my dad's cologne. My dad had wore Fahrenheit his whole entire life. It's a very unique smell.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And I need that. You know what I mean? I need to be somewhere and just be overwhelmed, because I know that smell. I know it. And that would be amazing. Be amazing. So when he told me that, I was a little jealous, and there I was thinking and looking for it again. So here's my first story, and it's about this dragonfly right here. This is what's crazy. Sorry, Sugar Shane, Tim Welch, if all the guys are listening to this, I hope not, because you're getting ready to kill Aljamain Sterling, so you shouldn't be listening to this right now. I was at Starbucks. In St. Louis at home, getting me and my mama coffee. And I'm leaving Starbucks, and all of a sudden this massive-ass dragonfly gets in front of my window. And my only thoughts here, Jobins, is, holy shit, that's a massive-ass dragonfly. I even rolled. I was like, oh, because I didn't want it to get in my window. And then I'm driving off, and I'm like, wow, I've never seen a dragonfly in Arizona. And I'm like, I know we got to have dragonflies in Arizona. And then I'm like having this debate as I drive away for a little bit. Then I'm like, well, we don't really live by the grassy areas.
And I wonder how much water they need.
Yeah, we don't really.
Could be.
Right? We're not around water. So I'm having this little debate, and that's it. About dragonfly. And then that's it. Went on with my day, didn't have another thought about it. And wouldn't have had another thought about it. Me and my mom are sitting at the kitchen table, and we're having that conversation. Crying together. Dad's, even though he's gone, he's always going to be with us. He's only changed. We're going to love him forever. That kind of talk, right? Sure enough, Jobins, out her fucking mouth, she looks to the right and because it's our blinds next to our kitchen table out to our backyard. She says, oh my God, look, that's a massive dragonfly. I haven't seen one of those in forever. Usually I see them all the time. So right then and there, I'm like, whoa. And it was just weird to me because I'm like, I had the same exact thought not that long ago because we still were drinking our coffees, you know? And now I'm telling her this. I'm telling her the story that I just told you about going through the drive-thru. And she's still just looking at this dragonfly. It's just hovering here. And then another one had flown off and it chased that one away and it was just hovering right there in front of our window. So now I'm like, okay, this is weird. And now I'm like, okay, now I got to look up what we put as a what do dragonflies mean? Because we put anything to mean dragonflies or any creature, anything. We put some kind of symbol behind it. A dragonfly can fucking mean anything. What does it mean?
I'm listening.
Bro, it means all that shit. It means your loved one telling you that they're okay. Maturity, being love always being all that shit that me and my mom were talking about, bro.
That's crazy.
I got chills, dude. I had fucking chills. My mom starts looking shit up and she's getting deeper into it, reading shit to me. I'm getting chills. We're crying. And I'm like, that has to be something, right? Because the only reason, now this is the only reason, Jobins, you can think I'm crazy, whatever, I don't care. The only reason that story is crazy is because me and my mom had two thoughts that we could have just kept to each other and never had said anything. And went on, and even in that moment at that table, we would have just kept talking about Dad like we were. So what the fuck is that about? My Aunt Rose got me that dragonfly card because I told her that story, and she loved it.
I like the story too, dude. I totally believe in signs, man.
My aunt, I know, and that's why I love the movie Signs so much. I was thinking, I'm like, man, I gotta watch that fucking scene so bad. Signs is such a good movie. Sono hasn't seen it. We gotta watch it with him.
Yes.
Because of that one scene, that movie's so fucking amazing.
Yeah, Mel Gibson is great in that movie.
Are you the kind of person that believes? Yeah, it's so good. Woo! My Aunt Laura even said that when Grandma passed away, that a dragonfly had landed on her toe in the pool. Because I told her that story.
That's really cool about dragonflies too. I never knew that.
After the pod, look it all up. Look it up for yourself, Jobins. What we put as what dragonflies mean, and I'm not joking. You'll shit your pants. But here's where it gets crazier, okay? Because, like I said, I'm a skeptic person. So here I am bouncing back and forth of questioning if that's real or not or what it is, right?
Right.
So we moved my dad's TV into my room the second night that I stayed at the house. First night I was at the hospital. Second night I'm home without a TV. Third night, we put the TV in my room. I'm flipping through the channels because my mom and dad have cable, right? Cable's all changed. Comedy Central's Paramount. So I'm like, oh shit, this is all cool. This is a little different. I'm liking it. I'm flipping through the channels, whatnot. I go to bed with Comedy Central on, like I always do. But now it says Paramount down at the bottom.
That's crazy. It says Paramount. It doesn't say Comedy Central.
Yeah, no, it says Paramount down at the bottom.
But it still says Comedy Central on the TV, so it's...
yeah. Well, I don't even think it says Comedy Central on the TV, dude. I think it just says Paramount. Yeah, I don't think I remember...
You go to sleep to Paramount.
Yeah, the old days are gone, dude. We're old. But, yeah. But it was cool, right? So, and I never sleep with my remote on my bed, guys. I always put it on my desk, even here. I wake up in the middle of the night, dude, and it's on baseball.
That's a sign. Your dad loved baseball.
Bro, Jobins, if you guys don't know, my dad is one of the biggest baseball fans in the world, and rightfully so. He grew up and watched it become what it is. And St. Louis has been such a big part of baseball history.
Such a big baseball city.
Yeah, and my dad loved the Cardinals so much. He always would wear red. He always supported the Cardinals. It was one of the last things he said on his deathbed was that he never gave up on them. And me and him would go to games together with my friends. There was so much.
It's cool he's gotten to see so many World Series.
Right?
Too. Shout out to the Cardinals, too.
And dude, the David Freese 2011 World Series, and they were showing it a lot for some reason because in St. Louis it was like David Freese something, which was also fucking weird, you know? Because me and my dad, I remember to this day, we were watching the game together. I gave up on them because they were losing, so I started to go to bed. Sure enough, they started coming back. I'm laying in my bed. David Freese hit, and we will see you tomorrow night. My dad was screaming. I'm screaming. I get out of bed. We're celebrating. It was just a moment, right? So that was very weird that it was like that all happening. I even shout out to the lady. It was all very different. I guess I'll get to that later. Shout out to the funeral lady. I'll get to there in a second. But back to the TV. That was the first night. And again, I tell my mom and sister, and it was just weird because I'm like, I didn't change. Oh, and guess what? When I woke up, I'm trying to change. I'm hitting last to go back to Comedy Central. Wouldn't let me. I had to type in 69 on my fucking remote, and now I'm laying there scared because we were telling those stories earlier with Brittany and Jess. We're telling all these haunting stories, right? And my dad likes to fuck with me, Jobins. My dad likes to fuck with everybody. My whole life growing up, my dad fucked with me. If I'm laying on my bed or laying on the couch taking a nap, he knows I hate people touching my feet. He would come by and grab my big toe and not let go. And I'm laying there going, Dad, no, stop. Ah. You know what I mean? And then, like, when I first ever found out what a mouse trap was, I'm like, what is this? And he's like, put your hand on it. And then and I'm running up with the mouse trap on my hand. Like, that was just my dad. So I was a little scared. I'm like, please don't grab my big toe. Please don't grab my big toe. Like, when I'm laying in bed and shit, like, I don't need scary shit. I don't want scary shit. So I just try, and I didn't want to cry in the moment too, because I'm just trying to sleep. So I tried to go to bed as fast as I could when that happened. And I told my mom and sister the next morning. Dude, the second night, guys, I wake up again in the middle of the night. It's on Paramount this time. But the show, there's 3 people sitting on a couch talking about their dads. Again, I'm shitting in my pants. I go to bed real quick. Now, this is the craziest one, guys. And the fact that nothing's happened. Well, I had a dream about him today. That I'll tell you. But this is the craziest thing that happened. This is like some Saw shit, some spooky ghost shit. Chills up my spine, scared the fucking shit out of me, dude. I had told sis that I was sad, guys. I was sad because I was in the middle of the night. So I'm like, okay, because they're insisting that that's him, right? My mom, because how crazy are those first 2 stories, right?
Yeah, no.
And here I am still being dismissive and just thinking like it's not it. And I tell sis, I'm like, next, if it happens again, I'm going to embrace it. I'm not going to try and go to bed, whatever, if it happens again, you know? Dude, 3 minutes into going to bed that night, I'm laying in their bed, Jobins, on my phone, on Comedy Central. All of a sudden, the TV goes out. And it's on, but it's just a black screen. And I'm scared, and I'm scrolling on my Instagram or whatever social media at the time, and I'm like, okay, it'll come back on. Everything's okay.
Yeah.
The audio comes on. No picture. And it's Comedy Central. I can hear South Park. It fucking changes to baseball. No picture, all audio. I hear baseball announcers. I'm getting chills talking about it again, dude.
That is crazy.
I'm fucking terrified. I turn my flash on my phone. I get out of my bed. I run to the door. I'm not run, but I fucking get there as fast as I can. Dude, as soon as I got to the door, that screen came on, and it's fucking baseball. I fucking shit my pants, dude, because I saw it. It was like one of those, you go to grab the door handle and you look back, and then I saw the TV go whoomp to baseball. You know what I mean? This shit don't fucking happen, bro. I've never had this shit fucking happen to me in my life. And it's baseball. It could have been any other channel. It could have been any other fucking thing. It's baseball. The audio, what the fuck?
Did you go back to check the channel that the baseball was playing on? Does Paramount play baseball?
60, no. It was on, yes, of course. Of course I fucking did. Comedy Central's on 69. It was on 34 or 31 or something. Again, dude.
Yeah, that is very creepy.
Now, I wanted to run out of my room and go, Mom! And just fucking, because I was scared. But I was crying, and I'm telling myself, this is your dad. He's not going to hurt you. Nothing's going to hurt you, because I'm thinking what's going to happen next. You know what I mean? What the fuck is about to happen next? Am I going to hear something? Am I going to hear, Ricky? Because if I hear, Ricky, I'm getting the fuck out of my room and going to my mom. You know? And I'm sleeping next to my mom. I don't give a fuck how old I am if I go through this shit. But I told myself, chill, dude. This is your dad. He loves you. So I go back into my bed. I lay there. I'm crying. And I'm telling him, Dad, please no more fucking TV shit. I need to see you. I need to fucking hear you. Please talk to me in a dream. I literally had a dream about him. I go back to bed. Real quick one. This one's real quick. I'm at my kitchen table, and I'm working on homework to my left. Picture my kitchen. You know where my dad sits? Mm-hmm. I'm across from him.
Okay.
So, and I'm working on homework. And he's trying to get my attention. You know when my dad would tell stories and he would go like this? Mm-hmm. I can't hear him. I don't hear anything. But I know he's trying to get my attention. So all of a sudden I look over at him and he's doing that. I wake up.
Damn, it was a quick one.
It was a quick ass dream, and the point of the dream was him trying to get my attention. I freaked out. I'm bawling. I told my mom everything in the morning. They're getting mad at me now at this point, guys. They're like, how many times we got to, he's up in heaven going, how many, Jesus Christ, Ricky, how many times, what do I got to do? What do I have to do? Nothing's happened since. I had the dream today, which I woke up crying, and I had to call, thank God we got phones and shit. I can call my mom, right? Mm-hmm. Called her, fucking crying. She talked me through it and everything. I was okay. Because I'm waking up even saying dad and shit. Real quick dream again. I have that blue suitcase, and I'm going down to my basement, and I throw the suitcase on the floor, and it's back to when my dad had his office there. His chair, it was everything. And even how he was sitting there typing. My dad would type like this, guys, because he was a horrible typer and a slow typer. And I walk over to him, and I drop down to him. I'm like, oh, my God, we thought we lost you, Dad. And I'm going, I love you so much. And I'm fucking crying. Mm-hmm. And then I have my arm around him, and he just grabs my arm, and he goes, and he says it how he would always say. He goes, oh, Rick. And I fucking woke up. Fucking bawling my eyes out. And like I said, I called my mom. Mm-hmm. But, yeah. What you tell me, Jobins, because for me, I want everyone to experience what the fuck I did, because you can't believe it. You honestly can't believe any of those things until you go through it. And I am that person. I am that fucking person. I'm not like out looking for it, and every little thing I see, I'm going, oh, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. This is like, what the fuck? And the fact that the TV I stayed there for 2 weeks at home, Jobins. After that night, I didn't have one single fucking TV issue. What do you think?
Don't you have enough signs to where we don't need a Ouija board setting?
Yeah, you're right. You ain't wrong there.
But I mean, shit, everyone agreed already, okay?
Right. Well, maybe I won't.
I just don't want to have nightmares all the time.
Yeah, and I don't want anything to haunt you, because my sister said, what if you're in your room in your corner of your bed and you see a face in your corner? It just starts. Oh my God. And it just starts leaning towards you.
I would be freaked out. Or what you just did when you were like, Brandon. Oh, that's creepy. Brandon. Yeah, no, I would shit my... Yeah, I'd be... Oh, come on. Get out. But then again, could it really kill you?
No.
So...
And I think that if the power of Christ compels you shit, and we just spray holy water over this whole fucking house, we get rid of it, and then it's gone.
I'd be worried about you getting possessed.
I know,
I feel spiritually strong. I think no demon's fucking with me.
They're getting my ass. I'm down.
You're too much of a skeptic still. You have to get a Ouija board out for that.
They're like, this is the guy.
They're like, he's the one.
This is the guy we fucking torture.
And then you're too big, dude. If you get possessed, we're not going to stop you.
Yep. Well.
It's extra dangerous.
The funeral. Guys, it was so incredible how many people were there. The lady had the look of fucking, like, oh, God, what am I doing? Because it was just her running the whole show. Mm-hmm. And we filled the whole thing, and people were lined up out. And she even goes, if you guys could just see how many people here. There were still people showing up and, like, getting there after, because it was quick. My dad was in the Navy for 4 years, guys, during Vietnam. Mm-hmm. I'm going to have a whole pod dedicated to my dad here, because we got a lot going on. But I'm going to have a full pod about my dad in the future that I want to talk some stories about him and funny stories. Mm-hmm. But my dad was in the Navy. So what an honorable thing. He got buried at Jefferson Barracks in St. Louis, Missouri. Mm. And it's such a beautiful place, you feel the honor. I never felt more honor and special for my dad ever in my entire life because it's something so cool. The amount of people that were there to support us and be there for my dad and how many people my dad reached, I can't describe that feeling. Mm-hmm. It's something that it's truly, really special. And he was cremated and he got put in the wall. The cremation guys were really nice, and he gave us each of my brother, my sister, my mom, and his granddaughters. We each got a little mini urn with some of his ashes in it. And it was a hot, as like he would say, we sweat our balls off.
Yeah,
we sweat our fucking balls off at his funeral.
It was hot.
It was hot as fuck. Everyone's dressed up nice. I can't thank you guys enough. Everybody there. All my family that's watching our pods and listening to this, I love you guys, and I appreciate you more than anything. And I know it made my dad smile. And I'm gonna reach out to all you guys. I got so many people I gotta reach out. There's just this week's so crazy from going from burying my dad on Friday to flying out on Boston on Wednesday. So I know everyone understands, but I definitely will get back out to everybody. I can't thank all the Jobins enough because I was overwhelmed with messages, and I made it my duty to try and reach out to everybody as good as I could, because I can't tell you how much it means to me to be here. And how cool is this? How fucking cool is this? We have Jobins all around the world. Jobins all around the world mourned my dad and were there for me. And he was mourned all around the world. That's something that I can't thank you enough for. And I can't tell you how much it means to me. And how much I know he would appreciate, how much it meant to him, you know? And I had some brothers do a lot of big things. I had Brendan and Brock go through extreme length to be there for me through one of the hardest times of my life. And I'm never going to be able to pay something like that back, but I damn sure will try my hardest. Because these boys hopped on a plane and went through some fucking hell to get to my dad's funeral. Not Brock. Brock didn't have to deal with hell on the way there, but the fucking poor guy went through hell to go home. So tell us your story about getting to my dad, getting to us.
That was something. I definitely would never miss it, man, ever.
I appreciate you and love you. And I know my dad was like a dad to you, dude. My dad loved you.
I love
We've been blood wouldn't make me and you any closer. It can't. I don't give a fuck what science says. What a fucking thing in my blood, something in my body is what doesn't make you my brother. Stupid bullshit is that.
That was beautifully said too. Like, thanks to all the Jobins and Sean for shouting it out, and like the comments were really beautiful. Like,
yeah. God damn it. So, Jesus, sorry for saying that. How can I forget to say thank you to Sean and Tim? They both, and dude, so many people.
So many people cared, you know.
I know, dude.
And he was epic, man.
And it means everything to me.
And so it was worth. It was worth, dude.
And I saw the comments on the pod where everyone was sending their love and prayers to my dad when they said it. Thank you, bro.
Thank you for being my brother, and thank you, Ted, for being like a second dad. You know, teaching me how to cut steak like for the first time. You know, just all that little stuff that sometimes gets passed by. Like, I appreciate that. I wouldn't be who I am without you and your dad and your mom.
Right.
And
I got this ring. My mom gave my dad this ring for their 31st wedding anniversary, and he loved his rings. He was a very jewelry guy. He always liked petite, tiny necklaces, and he loved his rings. And when my mom got him this ring, he went fucking absolutely nuts. She said it was his favorite ring ever. Represents the Navy, so his time during Vietnam, and 31 years together with my mom. They're in love with each other. So he the original one he got was too small, so he had another one come in, which is this one, and he wore all the time. But he never sent that other one back, which was pretty cool because I gave it to Jeff, and it fits Jeff.
That's cool.
So we both have one. Yeah. Oh, and this is what I was going to say about the funeral home lady. Shout out to the funeral home lady because I don't want her to get in trouble and nothing get back to her like this. But this was much different. I've had my grandpa's buried. I never was there for that, but I would go visiting with my brother and my dad all the time.
At that cemetery too?
Oh yeah.
Because I have my grandparents there as well, you know, so.
I have, at Jefferson Barracks, I have my grandpa. I have my Uncle Mark and my, huh?
Oh, I was just thinking to myself. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay. No, it's okay. And my cousin, and now my dad. Both my Uncle Mark and my cousin, dude, we walked to where they were put into the wall. And then they even put stuff with them, like little trinkets and things, and like in with the wall with them, and then they close it. And I do remember they didn't have the name on the plaque yet, and I was like, oh, that's fucked. They don't have it yet. But it's just how it goes, right? But not this time, guys. There's so many people dying that are being buried in Jefferson Barracks. It's one after another.
There's 237,000 plus graves of, you know, people. Thank you to all the people.
Look it up on... if you're really interested in this, Jobins, it's really a really beautiful place. Jefferson Barracks in St. Louis, Missouri. Look it up on Google Maps, too, because it's cool to look at. It's massive.
It is massive.
And it's beautiful.
And it's just how they've have them all lined up the way they do. It's crazy.
Yeah. But, I forgot what I was going to say.
Damn. Well, we can go back to, because we kind of went off track just because it was so meaningful, everything we were just talking about. But my flight to get there was nuts. Frontier, hey, we're not sponsored by Frontier, so screw Frontier. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we don't want a lawsuit by Frontier, but Frontier, you need to get your shit together.
Yeah, they need to get their shit together. You know what? But I did have newbie flaws.
Get some free tickets to my boy Brennan and Brock.
Jobins, what happened is it's kind of on me, too, because I'm not experienced in traveling a lot yet. But I went and got my tickets from Frontier. Oh, these are the cheapest tickets. Perfect. This will go really well. I go from Phoenix to Colorado. No issue. I have a layover in Colorado. I'm getting to St. Louis. What happens? Oh, my flight should be at like 5 in the morning. Yeah, I go to gate 30 where it says it on my Apple ticket and my Apple Wallet and my boarding pass, right? I'm like, I'm good. I'm good to go. I go there. There's nothing on the gate except gate 30, and it just says the time. I'm like, okay, I'm just a little early. I take a nap, okay, maybe like 30 minutes at most, and it's freezing, by the way, and all the places are closed. So I'm just like, it sucked. And then it's like I miss my flight, and I'm like, what the hell? Because I look at the Frontier app. My time's changed, and it's a gate 38 now. And it says departed already. Because you imagine, you think you're waiting for your flight, and it already says it's gone.
Now that you say that again, it probably happened when you fell asleep. And you just weren't there to be able to. Because remember what happened to us.
I didn't even get a text notification or anything. And you guys Brock got notifications and shit saying that there was delays and stuff.
Text.
I did. I got one text. And that was the Phoenix delay originally.
Well, but I don't know if you did, because me and Brock get alerts because we checked the box. How do you want it? You had it by email. So you clicked to the email box. You didn't click the phone text box.
Whose side are you on? Mine or Frontier's?
Well, I want you to learn because I don't want you to have this happen again.
Yes, that's true. Yeah. It is a lesson learned. Yep. I agree with that.
Yep. And, it's tough to not fall asleep in a terminal or at a gate. I shouldn't have said terminal. At the gate. Especially when you're tired and it's overnight.
Because that's like crammed in between seats.
They moved us. We had to change gates all of a sudden when we were coming back home. Mm-hmm. So if you're asleep for that, how are you going to know? Like, someone should have woke your ass up. Especially when we all move and there's only one guy sleeping over there. Like, hey, is no one going to tell this fucking guy that we moved? And, then they all bored and just watch you still sleep? Oh, no, they all left, so they weren't there to watch you sleep. But I'm really sorry you went through all that.
It gets worse, because then it's like I'm there waiting at customer service, and there's this old lady there that was really nice and everything. She was just had it, though. She's like, I've been waiting here for 2 hours. And I was like, oh, my God, there's no one here. And there was this, like, small guy.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, man, I'm waiting for a business meeting. I've been waiting here for, like, an hour. He was pissed off, too. It was crazy. And then I was walking around looking at all the gates, because there's some of them were Frontier employees. And I was like, I just wanted to let you guys know that the customer service, there's no one there. And I know there's one lady that's been waiting for 2 hours. And then she goes, well, that's not what I work and do. And I was like, okay, I get that. But, like, do you think there's any chance that there's someone like that you could escalate that to or say it over the intercom or something. And she was like, we don't have anyone like that. We don't have anyone like that. And then what I did from there was like, I was like, oh, okay. And then I walked away completely stunned, and then came back to the Frontier customer service desk at their will. Just like, sometime they'll come. What happens next? They finally get there after there's like 4 different Frontier employees just looking down at the floor so they don't have to make eye contact with the pissed off people. And anyways, finally a customer rep comes in, Jobins, and she's nice, but she takes like 45 minutes to help the first customer. I say customer, yeah, the person in customer service request, whatever. Oh, jeez. She gets done after 45 minutes. I get a rebooking for like 9 p.m. Then your mom and you call.
Shout out to my mom, Jobin. She came to the fucking rescue. My mom's a saint. She didn't want Brendan sitting there. Because you were going to sit there how long again, my man?
Till 9 p.m.
So how many hours is that you had been at that airport?
12 hours.
Fuck.
At Denver, Colorado.
Yeah. My mom's like, not my Brendan. And I'm like, Mom, I'm sure his dad or someone's going to help him take care of it. And sure enough, she finds you that 9:40 flight, gets you on there. But then your dad did take care of it. Which was really,
shout out to my dad.
Yeah, and then you paid my mom back.
Yeah, I love you, Mom and Dad.
So you went through some shit. And then, so he gets to my house, and as soon as he gets to my house and sees all of us, he just decides to go look at his phone for doom and gloom to find out that he booked our Boston tickets wrong. He booked them for that week, not the correct weekend. Which I don't know how you and Brock were looking at that.
I swear we all looked at it together because Brock looked at it too, and he's like, I thought we double checked this.
Dude, I thought the same thing. And then even your screenshots were the wrong date. I'm like, what the fuck?
I know.
Are we in a different dimension? Are we, or not dimension? Fucking
are we?
Multiverse?
Did something happen? Butterfly effect?
Yeah, I lost my dad. Tickets were bought the wrong week. What the hell?
But it was a blessing in disguise. I canceled my flight in time. And then
we took it. We got the tickets right back right away.
We got the tickets right back for.
We're gonna cry about it later.
But that was still scary. Still a lot of stress dealing with the flight issues. Shout out to travel agents.
Shout out to travel agents. Then poor Brock on his way home, he kept getting his flights delayed. He's at the airport. Finally, he says, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna leave with you guys on Sunday." Guess what happens to our flight on Sunday? We're supposed to leave at 7:40 is our flight. All of a sudden, we get an alert that it's been delayed until 12:45 the next day. And this was we had a stop in Denver. So we were going to land at Denver at 11. And then we would arrive in Arizona, I think at 12:30, right?
That's crazy.
We were supposed to get in the next day. They delayed it until 12:45 the next day to where we would land in Denver, Colorado by like 2-something and have to wait until that 11 o'clock flight to get to Arizona at 12:30 in the morning on Tuesday.
Absolute garbage airline.
Bullshit, dude. Again, my mom, luckily I was able to get a refund right away. It was a real quick, easy refund, and I guarantee that's because of all the bullshit they do, and they just want to give people back their money because they've been through so much bullshit. So luckily my refund was real quick. Were you able to get your refund?
Yeah, it's all done.
It's all done?
I'm done talking.
I don't know about
it.
Brock's good? All right, we all got our fucking refund. So bye-bye to that airline company.
Just don't buy the cheapest ticket just because it's the cheapest ticket. Look at who the airline is.
Don't fuck
If it's
yourself.
Frontier, definitely don't book it.
Do not book Frontier. Frontier, the only way I change our 3 minds is if you consistently get better all around and give us free flights for a year so that we can make sure you're keeping up with that consistency.
Hell yes. Let's call them out.
Let's call them out.
Accountability,
Bullshit.
Frontier.
Fucking bullshit. How are you even How are you even a company when you do that?
That would be a legendary poll by them if they were like, you know what? Let's try it.
Yeah.
Gave us that whole year and said, we're going to show you guys. Do it, Frontier. I bet you won't.
You know, here at Flight, what are they?
Frontier.
Here at Frontier, we used to be piles of pieces of shit. Until one day a podcast called us out for our bullshit. Now we're number one in the airline company. Thank you, Brendan Schmitty Show. Well, guess what? You're fucking welcome. You're fucking welcome.
That was totally worth it. I'm so happy that we can vent like that. Thank you, Jobins.
It feels good to vent about that shit, don't it?
You
guys are
awesome.
like our therapists. We love you. Thank you for listening to our bullshit. And shout out to my mom, my other best friend, my rock, my fucking hero, my best friend. Been there through me for everything, just like my dad. And she's my mom, dude. And I was so grateful, Jobins, that I could be there with her to grieve, there for each other. She does so much for me. I want to pay her back. When the day comes that Schmitty and Brendan make it big and your boy Schmitty's got fucking cheddar, I'm taking care of my mom. I'm taking care of my mom, dude.
Definitely.
Because she just deserves everything in the fucking world. She's literally the greatest person. She does everything and anyone all the time. She would take her fucking shirt off her back for anybody.
She's a saint.
Sometimes she drives me crazy because she's too over the board. I'm like, Mom, chill. Chill a little. Too overboard, but that's just her. She just is. That's who she is, and she's a very special person. I'm so grateful and so glad I could call her my mom, and that's my mom. Because wildlife could be so much different than what I have. So I'm just thank you, Mom, and I love you so much.
Mm-hmm.
I love you so much, Mom.
She's a legend.
Whew. That's that, Jobins. We're gonna flip the switch now. We're gonna flip the fucking switch.
Flipping the switch.
If you got anything to say it for me real quick, Brendan, because I'm going to take a fat rip and be right back.
I have a nice quote.
What?
This quote, Jobins, I hope that you like this. It's our death is not an end if we can live on in our children and the younger generation, for they are us. Our bodies are only wilted leaves on the tree of life.
I love that.
That was Albert Einstein, too. Crazy, right?
Einstein?
I know.
We need an Albert Einstein movie, dude.
Right? I was like, that ain't Albert Einstein. And I triple checked it, was looking at all these sources. It's a real quote. Yep. I don't want to run away, but all I do is run in place.
Talk about the new Suicide Boys.
So, Suicide Boys line. I liked it. It's only 3 songs, but it kind of matches what they've been doing with those albums because it's for the number 5, part 5.
I no longer fear the razor guarding my heel.
I no longer fear the razor guarding my heel. Part 5. That's an epic title. Suicide Boys goes hard. I liked it. And the album cover is cool. It's like a Spartan helmet. And then it's crazy. Man, you know what's crazy is that Jefferson Barracks National Cemetery, how many veterans are buried there?
Oh, yeah.
And it was built, it was constructed after the Civil War. So there's some really old people. It's crazy. Heroes. Mm-hmm. Shout out Ted. Shout out Grandpa. Shout out Ricky's grandparents. Shout out everybody there. And they place flags on it every Memorial Day. Legendary.
Now we fucking flip the switch, Jobins. We flipped the fucking switch. Because guess what? My dad was one of Sean's biggest fucking fans, and now he's pulling some strings up in fucking heaven. Aljamain's all slow Sterling. You're fucking fucked, bud. You're going to sleep. The Sugar Shane's in the fucking building. He's down in fucking he's down in Boston.
Yeah, hell yeah.
The people's champ is here. It's time. Aljamain, real shit. You're the greatest bantamweight to ever do it. That's why I can't wait for my boy to take those accolades. It's going to be fucking hard. It's going to be fucking glorious. And I can't wait.
Mm-hmm. Let's go.
I can't wait. Whew.
Damn, that's fresh.
Yeah. Here we go. So we fly out midnight tomorrow. Warlike's going to be there tomorrow in Boston. We're staying with Jime Time. We got an Airbnb.
That's nice. I'm happy we got that all figured out.
Nighttime flights. God, I feel bouncy. I feel like, you know what I mean? I'm a fighter now. Because I'm Sugar Shane. I used to have hair like this, guys. It just is. This is how it should have been. This is how it always should be. But I'm bald.
Damn. You look fire, honestly,
right?
Bro.
That's how it's gonna be. I'm wearing this motherfucker at the weigh-ins. I'm wearing it at the press conference. I'm not gonna wear it at the fight. I'll have this shirt on at the fight.
You're not gonna bring that to the fight?
Man, do you think
you
I should?
could probably get on a kick, dude. You're looking crazy.
All right, and the flag just come like this. All right, I'll bring this to the fight too. It's gonna be with me all weekend. We're gonna vlog.
Fire with pink
we're gonna
hair.
try and vlog. Please try and record too. We're gonna be back like whenever you know we're doing cool shit. Just record. That's why tonight, go through your phone and make sure you got enough gigabytes. Because I got 30 gigabytes. I did that shit all back at home. I prepared. Because, yeah, we're going to try and vlog. We fly out red eye. We'll get to Boston at like 8 in the morning on Thursday. Go check the place out. Eat some food. Get some weed. Go to the press conference. I believe that's on Thursday. Yes, press conference. And then weigh-ins on Friday. Fights Saturday, guys. Our boy, Sugar Shane, becomes the fucking UFC champion.
Yeah, it's going to be freaking... dude, Boston? You have never been in Boston before.
I want to go to the harbor.
The harbor.
No, I can't wait to be in Boston, dude. With all the Jobins. It's going to be... It's definitely something I need. It's definitely something I need right now. Yeah? Mm-hmm. It's been a long time coming, Jobins. I have been a fan of Sugar Shane day one. True. Tuesday night 10 contender series. These boys, I was like, guys, this guy's next up. This guy's next up. And they were like, blah, blah, blah. It was the Ware fight that I think it was the Soccer Mom fight was the first fight we all watched together with him. And I was so excited because he was on a pay-per-view. Mm-hmm. We had a big party. And he breaks his foot. I was so upset, so scared. And that's actually when I became friends with him, guys. I met him on Twitch. As we all know, I don't know if anyone new here doesn't know that watches us, but meeting Sean years ago now, it's crazy how much time has flown.
It's a legendary story, honestly.
Yeah. Oh, I will tell it till the day I die to everybody. Because when I'm a fan of the UFC, I've been watching UFC almost as longer than I've been alive than I didn't. So... Damn. I met these guys at UFC events, and I found out you can mail shit to gyms, and I wanted to get an autograph from Sean. I downloaded Instagram, and I was like, wait a minute, he plays I found out what Twitch was. Found out you could just go on Twitch and talk to Sean. He had like 7 people at the time, and I was like just hyped that I could talk to him. And then I became the hype man because I was always just saying hype shit to get him hype because he would love it. I liked how he'd react to it, and it would hype me up. Mm-hmm. And I would go down to my mom or go down to my dad and show him like, look, this guy's talking to me and saying shit. And I would say fun. Me and Warlike just day one started talking shit to each other, and Sean would laugh. So it was just, and then one day because months after doing that, Sean's like, hey Schmidt, do you like the game? I'm like, fuck yeah, because I loved the game. I played Fortnite at the time. Mm-hmm. I got to play with him. And I remember freaking out about that. And then I got to play with him again and again. And then it became every day. Then years went by.
Crazy.
And then he asked me the question, Schmitty, do you got anything holding you back? Do you want to come live the fucking life in Arizona and chase dreams? I said, yes, Captain. Please. I'm down. And here we are. History has written the rest. And this is just the fucking beginning, guys. Sugar Show's just started. No matter what in this fight, it's just the beginning.
100%.
No matter what. So it's just been such an honor. It's been such a special thing to be here and to watch. Sean is one of the hardest working people in the world. And he's proof that hard work and dedication, you could be anything in the world. And Tim, like everybody that's around us, everybody in the gym, everyone that Sean surrounds himself is that same energy. It's magical. It's inspiring.
It is magical.
You can feel it. It's electric.
I'm a product of the people I rock with.
It's
Shout out Jack
real,
Harlow.
Dude. For real.
Dude, that is a good look, though, man. I'm telling you. If you had pink hair for real.
What's up?
Maybe
I'll get some chicks. What's up? You know what I mean? So we love you, Sean. We love you, Tim. We love you, everybody that's with you guys. We're all there with you, champ. You're going to go fucking do this. I can't wait to do another pod no matter what.
Dude, I know for a fact that you're gonna make your dad proud, bro. We're gonna make him proud, and we're just gonna continue just killing it. And shout out to all the Jobins too. I just wanted to say that again, man, just for real.
I love you.
I love you too, bro.
And seriously, thank you for being there for me, man. Because without you and my friends and my family, holy fuck. And that's why I think I do actually think about people who don't have anybody when they lose somebody. And it's just like, that's why I've been really thinking, like when I was driving down the highway going to Jefferson Barracks, people are passing us. I'm like, you really don't know what anyone's going through. Anyone you pass on the highway could have been going through what I'm going through and be feeling the things I'm feeling any given day. So it's real. This life is truly, guys, truly about spreading love and kindness and just appreciating everything. And that's something we've lost a lot in this world. It's something I've lost. And honestly, I told my mom, I'm like, this is the most I've ever been being open to being spiritual.
I like it, man.
To embrace it, if that makes any sense. It's hard to say how I feel, really, but it's just something that I've never felt before, ever.
You've had a legit life-changing experience, you know?
It's a new chapter of life that I have to get used to, and it'll only take time. It'll never be the same. Not being able to call my dad whenever I want will be one of the hardest things. Him not being here, not laughing, not knowing, not being here not getting. But I know, again, because there's those dark thoughts. He is watching. He is up above. He is going to see Sean's title fight. That's the way I got to think. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
So, yeah, real quick, we got a lot of friends. We got friends on this fucking card. They're going to do work. Real quick picks. All slow Sterling versus O'Malley. I'm going, let's be crazy. Not crazy. It's realistic as fuck. Quick knockout from Sean O'Malley. I think he's going to surprise Aljo. What Marcus just did in his last fight is something I kind of feel Sean doing. A little bit of slip and a little bit of fucking rip. And it's going to find that chin. Aljo fucking sleeps.
What round is that?
First round.
Well, I'm going to go off of Brock's pick and say second round, Sean. And it's going to be, he's going to stop a takedown or something. And then he's going to come back and try to do it. And then, yes, exactly. Exactly. Knee for the knockout. Second round for Sean.
Oh, my God. Please, God. Please, God. Please, God. Please. Our boy works so hard. He deserves this shit, man. They talk so much shit like he's a spoiled brat. He's not a spoiled brat. He embraces all this. And he's able to do these things because of the hard work and all the shit that he does. It's bullshit when they say he's a spoiled brat. Motherfucker, he's got the following because he works hard and he constantly is grinding at things. And he has a wide umbrella of fucking tools and fucking skills that go out to. He's going to be a movie star. My boy's going to be so many things. You think this fighting shit's going to be the only thing my boy does? Holy fuck.
The only thing he masters, let's be real. Oh, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, dude.
But you're definitely right, dude. Dude is disciplined as hell.
You fucked rental car Aljamain Sterling. So, yeah. Weili Zhang versus Amanda Lemos. Real quick. I'm going Amanda Lemos. It's really tough, but I think she's got it.
Ooh.
It's going to be a tough fight.
I'm going Zhang Weili.
She's tough.
And I think she's going to win a decision fight. That's going to be a scrap.
Neil Magny steps in last minute against Ian Gary. I like it. Neil Magny's a tough son of a bitch, and he could be the one to stop Ian Gary right now, especially off of, who knows? He did just fight, right?
He got beat by Gilbert Burns real quick.
But
that's because it's Gilbert, who's really good, and Neil's really good.
I'm going Ian Gary. I got Ian Gary.
What?
I'm so sorry. Mario Batista, our boy, such a good fucking dude. Met him a few times and got to talk to him at the fucking lab. He's such a good, nice guy. Such an incredible bantamweight. I'm going Mario. He's fighting this guy, Damon Blacksheet. He got a last-minute replacement, too. Tough guy. Let's see what happens. I think Mario's got it. I'm going to go submission. First round.
Submission first round?
Submission first round, Mario.
I'll go knockout first round, dude.
Marlon Vera versus Pedro Munez. I like this fight. I think it's a fun fight. I think it's a better fight for Cheeto than it was previously before. I'm going Cheeto. Marlon Vera, I'm going to go knockout third round.
You know what? I'm going to go against you. I think Pedro is going to come in and get a sneak a decision win out.
Okay. I like that. That'd be cool. It'd be impressive. It'd be good for Pedro, too. It'd be really good for him. Chris Weidman, after his fucking leg break comeback. Holy shit, it's been hard to watch those in the embeddeds and in the countdown. I felt really bad. I'm like, oh, poor Chris Weidman. I hope he doesn't have to watch this. Because holy shit.
Seriously.
That was
what a warrior.
Fuck, I hope nothing. I'm praying to God, Chris, that nothing happens to that leg during this fight. Please, God, let that titanium leg just fucking stay together. Versus Brad Tavares. It's a good comeback fight. It's a good, this isn't no gimme fight. It's a tough fight against Brad Tavares. I'm going to go Chris Weidman because I want him to win. He needs it.
I think Chris Weidman wins.
GM3 versus Andre Petrosky. I'm going Andre Petrosky. I'm sorry, GM3.
GM, you don't think Gerald Marchart, right?
Yeah. I'm sorry,
what?
GM3.
You know
like
what? What's his name? Petrosky's isn't he a freestyle wrestler kind of guy?
He's tough. I think he's only lost like once.
And he just beat Truman, I think, who's a really good Brazilian jiu-jitsu guy. Yep. I gotta go the same dude you're going with there.
Yep. What the? Marina Moroz versus... God, I wrote this so horribly. Karina Silva? Shoit. I wrote that horribly. Chicken scratch. I picked Silva. My bad, ladies.
I'm going Silva, too. Last name.
My bad, ladies. And this is the Ultimate Fighter matchup, right? The tournament matchup. Kurt Haselberg versus... Did I say that right, too? I probably fucked that up. Kurt Hollabaugh versus Austin Hubbard.
Hubbard? Yeah, so good.
You know? Who do you got on that?
I'm going to go Hubbard.
I'm going Kurt, yeah. Well...
That's different.
Okay.
I got the other guy.
I'm going Kurt. Poor Ultimate Fighter with Connor just not giving a fuck and making that horrible. I hope whoever Connor fights, I'm sorry. I've gone back and forth. Before I wanted Connor to get his ass kicked, then I was like, oh no, I'm excited to see him back. Nope, I'm back to I hope whoever fights him kicks his ass.
You know what's going to be lit? Because I know you missed it because of everything that was going on. Dude, the Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz fight, bro. Jake Paul, he should box Conor McGregor.
I'm just upset with Connor not taking anything serious and just keeping us on our toes. That's the only reason why I'm upset. And all the bullshit that he had done. I just want Connor to be back and be the Connor we all knew and loved. That's all I want. I'm sorry for talking shit. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know what was crazy, though? Because I did want to say this really quickly. Dude, the Amanda Serrano versus Heather Hardy fight was the co-main event. And people talk a lot of shit about women's fight. Dude, that's Heather Hardy chick.
I think we're going to get some thunder.
She took out the Heather Hardy chick. She probably took like 500 punches to the head.
Thunder.
And it did thunder, man. Got a rain dance.
Yep. I've been crying all day. My weather follows me when I cry. Swear to God, it hasn't rained all, and I've been crying all day. Fucking raining. But yeah, sorry. I agree.
It's crazy though. She got her ass beat. Yeah, but the Nate Diaz versus Jake Paul, that was the most competitive fight. I was good.
Yeah, I wasn't really there for that. I was there, but I wasn't really there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I was excited for Justin Gaethje head kicking Dustin because Dustin was throwing it the whole night, and then all of a sudden Justin threw it and got him with it. Mm. I was laying on my air mattress with my mom in the living room, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Because it actually did. Like I was like, "Oh, that was cool." So that was cool for Justin.
Stunned.
Jobins, episode 131. Dad, I fucking love you. You're with us in fucking Boston. I know it. I can feel it. I can't wait to see all you guys. Let's go, Sugar Shane O'Malley.
Mm-hmm. Let's go.
Let's go.
He's got this.
We got this. We'll show you guys some vlogs. We'll see you guys next time. Let's fucking go. Holy fucking shit, this is it. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's fucking pray, Jobins. I hope you guys all have safe travels and safe. If you're partying, fucking tag us in those party videos, baby. Mm-hmm. Let's go.